This here is from Stand By Your Manson on Instagram, and it's about this guy who claims he's seen some abuse done by Marilyn Manson, but there's some problems, inconsistencies, and reasons not to trust this guy. Now, you might be here because you're following Johnny, and you're saying, well, I know Johnny's innocent, but I don't know about Manson, so before you judge, just take a look at some more details and facts. So let's build upon that and see what we got here. Dan Cleary, who is keyboard technician from 2007 to 2008, guitar tech 2014 to 2015, Marilyn Manson assistant 2014 to 2015 off tour. His friends, no known friendships with anyone making allegations until showing public support and backing them. Later, it will be known he would meet the women making allegations for the HBO film Phoenix Rising. Unknown how connected he was privately beforehand. Dan Cleary became vocally supportive of Evan Rachel Wood following her testimonies, but took to Twitter on September 13, 2020 to publicly name Marilyn Manson in regards to Evan Rachel Wood and her alleged abuse she had spoken about, but never named Marilyn Manson. The tweets came just 2 days after Marilyn Manson released We Are Chaos, which was an instant commercial success. The timing was clearly significant in an attempt to impact on Marilyn Manson trending on social media and being searched for online in regards to his new album, news, and updates. So, a little awkward there, a little weird. It's almost like, well, they're playing games, we want to put this out there right when the album's released, not go to court, be honest, tell our piece, let's save it for the courtroom kind of thing. They're trying to do things outside of court. And if you're accusing someone of something that's costing them livelihood and they sue you, it's best to keep it all in the courtroom walls, which I think. So if they spread all this information, which is misinformation, to try to win public opinion outside of court, that looks suspicious to me. HBO at this time was currently filming Phoenix Rising with Evan Rachel Wood, who, despite saying she wouldn't name Marilyn Manson / Brian Warner, she was filming a documentary and discussing her allegations against him, so clearly she would be naming him. The film features the tweets, and Dan Cleary goes to a meeting with Evan and other women who are planning to make allegations against Marilyn Manson. Following Phoenix Rising, it is important we go over some details of Dan Cleary. He is noted in the film as being former assistant to Marilyn Manson. It isn't false, but not quite true, not quite accurate either. The film has put it this way to manipulate the viewer into thinking Dan was an assistant during the time Evan and Manson were together. It makes him appear as a legitimate person and key figure around during their relationship, but he was not. Dan was not assistant during the relationship, and he only took that role several years later. Importantly, all of the women making allegations against Marilyn Manson were not around during the time Dan Cleary was employed as an assistant. What a joke. So think about it. Why in the world, if Evan Rachel Wood was actually abused, would she make a documentary that mischaracterizes people like this guy and makes them look to be like a legitimate source, a legitimate witness, when really they just work for Marilyn Manson at completely separate times? That's misleading. That's not trustable. The whole documentary aspect is not trustable. If you were actually abused, you've got evidence, you've got witnesses that are reliable, you go to court, you see it out, and afterwards, you say something. You let the world know. Not beforehand, on HBO, on these TV talk shows, in magazines, on social media. That doesn't feel right to me. And it continues. In 2007 and into early 2008, Marilyn Manson toured the world and Evan Rachel Wood was with him. Dan's position during 2007 to 2008 was a keyboard technician. He was part of the touring crew, a crew member who would set up the stage, gear, and have it all ready for the band to perform with later on. This is someone who says don't call these women liars, and yet he didn't even meet them before, except Evan, who he probably saw a glimpse of at the shows. Phoenix Rising Part 2 pushed him as a major spokesperson, the assistant, quote unquote. Yeah, he was after all the alleged abuse and women making allegations had been and gone. He was nothing but a keyboard tech in the time Evan was around. And Pill Kitty says no crew was backstage except Tim's tech / assistant, and he would be in Tim's dressing room. I never saw Dan backstage. The crew buses arrived to the venues to set up early earlier than the band buses. The crew never hung out backstage. No one was allowed except band family. It was always very private, as there were too many valuables in the area, which makes sense too. So, alright, there is a chance Dan was around at some point. It does make sense the private areas would not be accessible by Dan. So the funny thing here, the main point for me is why in the documentary would they showcase Dan as this big witness, this important key figure, when he was just a tech who probably didn't see anything and came on board after the fact? Did he get paid? Probably. Did he take his own time to be on Phoenix Rising? Just, suck it up, not work for that time? Probably not. And once there's money going around, well, that's when I can't quite trust. And especially money going around, as I keep saying, before a court case even happens. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Doing Manson, That First Heard, celebrity news, pop culture. I don't always move my hand like this, but I guess I just do different things every time. If you don't subscribe here, I'll be pretty sad about it, but I'll get over it. Done for now. See you next time.